When you log into Cadence for the first time, you'll see a similar screen to what I'm showing now. You'll see our example projects, as well as all of our links at the bottom of the page there for our data catalog, our API reference, and our knowledge base. But what I'm going to do today is we're going to run through our tutorial project. Simply press the Get Started button, and this will create a project for you for the tutorial and load you straight in. As you can see here, we've got this big pointy arrow to show us where our first step in the tutorial is, and that's showing you how to personalize your basemap. Your basemap sits underneath all of your data, and within Cadence you can always change it at any point. To do so, as it says there, you can just click into your basemap and you can choose from lots of different options. As you can see, if you change an option, it will automatically change in your map, and so your map is as you see it immediately then and there, including our satellite street basemaps, which is really interesting if you're looking at aerial imagery. I really like the streets map, so I'm going to keep that one as the default. Once you're happy with your basemap, you can click back on the top left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag our map and look at the step number 2, which is adding in our built-in datasets. Cadence has thousands of datasets which you're welcome to add to your maps, and to simply do that, click the Add Overlay. The tutorial wants us to add cycle parking, so I'm going to search for cycle parking and look in the active travel map, and here it is. Clicking on it adds it to the map straight away. You have the option to customize it as soon as you open it, but I'm going to follow the steps of the tutorial, click the back button, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it down under the tutorial. As you can see there, dragging and dropping forces things to load above or below other layers. I'm going to click and drag and go to our step number 3 now, which is all about styling your data. So you can make your map kind of really customizable with lots of different options. If I click into the cycle parking layer, I can choose between a different icon, different colors, different opacity, or the different size. To change the icon, you can click in and search for lots of different things. I'm going to search for circle. Click there. As you can see, the icon on the map changes and updates as I'm going and styling. If I want to change the color, I can click the color bar, drag and drop on there. Let's change the color using the slider bar, or even change the opacity with the slider bar itself. If I know the hex code, I can put that in, the RGBA numbers, or even the HSLA numbers. Once I'm happy with how my cycle parking is now styled, I can click the back button to take me back. Next up, it looks like the tutorial is asking us to add a legend. So what I'll do is I click Add Overlay and search for legend. Legends can be found in our annotations layer, and once you add it, you can see all the different layers that you can show in your legend. Here it's loaded in the bottom right hand side of the screen, and I can click and drag to show what my cycle parking looks like. I've gone for red circles, and the tutorial is expecting a blue cycle. You can also click on cycle parking, and you can include a subheader if you wanted, which you can see down there, but I'm just going to take that off, and I'm happy with my legend as it is, so I'll click back. In the tutorial, they do give you a little hint there that you can also add a compass, a scale bar, and text, and that's found within the same folder next to the legend. So feel free to search for compass to add a north arrow, a scale, which interactively tells you the measurements on your screen, or if you want to add text such as a title, feel free to do so. Step number 5 is uploading your own data. Cadence can accept zipped shapefiles, GeoJSONs, Saturn models if you're a transport modeler, or even GeoPackages. If you do want to upload your own data, you can also upload non-geospatial data, such as CSVs that have a joining key. That's slightly more advanced than the tutorial lets on, but if you're interested, you can click on Files, upload your files, and even click on What Can I Upload to see all the different joining keys and how you can upload data into Cadence. Step number 6 is slightly higher up here with adding tooltips. So if I click onto my cycle parking layer, I've got the option to set a tooltip template. Tooltips are interactive elements within your map that will appear when you hover over your icon. So if I click Set Tooltip Template, I can type in cycle parking, and you can see that as I hover over my cycle parking icons on the map, the tooltip will appear. If I wanted to, I can insert an attribute and I can pick from different attributes within my cycle parking datasets, and those will appear as I'm typing. There's lots of different ways that you can customize your tooltips, and to see more details you can click the Markdown Guide Basic Syntax on how to format tooltip attributes. I'm going to scroll down to number 7, which is all about publishing. So if I click Publish and Publish again, I create some links for everyone to be able to see my maps that I've just made with my cycle parking. You can copy them, you can embed them, and you can send them on. Creating a story to showcase your route involves the story icon on the left-hand side. If I click this, I can add slides to my project, and I can choose my map, such as the tutorial map. If I wanted to give my story slide a name, I can insert header by just typing directly into the text. Making stories is something that you can definitely spend a lot of time doing, and we've got further videos to help you in both your publishing your maps as well as publishing your stories. Jumping back to the tutorial map, I'm going to zoom all the way back down to number 9, which is adjusting your project bounds. Your bounds can change at any point, and if you press the icon and change your bounds, you'll be able to interactively change what data you're loading in for which area. You have the option to either change your bounding box, or you can change to pick a local authority from around the UK. I'm happy with my bounds as they are, so I'm going to leave them unchanged. Finally, and not least, if you need any help with Cadence, we have our knowledge database. We've got additional videos to walk you through things you can do with Cadence, as well as you can contact us at cadence360@cityscience.com, and we're happy to run training or answer any queries that you have. There's lots of different things you can do in Cadence, both creating maps, viewpoints, looking at project buttons as well. So please feel free to play around with Cadence and get going.